Hey folks, Tom Lander here, Black Range Railway. Since the last video, I tore out my door, rehinged, flipped the window, flipped the lock set, added a kick plate, and now it opens out. And why did I do that? So I don't have to remove my lift out bridge. Watch your head. Okay, here we are. One of my subscribers wanted to see some more detailed shots, so I figured that's what I would do. So we'll just kind of go around the peninsula here and give you some close-ups and talk a little bit. One of the things I like is natural rocks, so I have those throughout the layout. Love wooden kits, so I have quite a few of those. One of my favorites was a covered bridge. This one I made from scratch, actually. And of course my wife always likes to play around, so she has her ballerina. And what? Kermit the Frog? I, of course, have my lunar lander. Being my last name is Lander, it was only fitting. Found these at a train show. Also, I was a model maker machinist for the aerospace, so NASA's kind of cool. So this part of the layout is all microengineering, code 55 flex track with Atlas, code 55 turnouts. Then what I did was made little buildings for the Caboose Industries turnouts. I used the number 224S, which has the frog, which can be, switched. So that's kind of a neat. I think I have about 48 of these things. So anyway, this is the little building, the styrene. It just plops over there. You never know. City scene here, town scene, is pretty much all Walthers kits. Again, some of these I picked up used. Love used buildings. But I didn't have enough, so all of these unpainted gray and brown ones are still in the works. Of course, I have some model power buildings. One thing I like to do is register all of my structures. This way I can lift them off, clean, put them back. So what I do is I make a little base, glue that down, and then machine out a pocket, glue in the bottom, and then these always just go right back into place. So that way I can strip the whole layout, vacuum clean, put everything back. Love the Blair line wood grade crossing, so I have a number of those on the layout. And of course, there's my wife again, playing around with the dinosaurs. So moving on. One of my favorite wood kits I built. I can't remember the name of this, but what I've done is installed little LED lights inside of not all my buildings, but eventually all my buildings. So it's kind of neat at night. And moving along. Don't know yet about my mountain. It's just kind of ugly. But it does act as a visual break, so it's kind of the reason I'm doing that. Lots of tunnels. This would be my mine office scene. And if you saw an earlier video, under the mountain is my mine. So I won't show that again. And I wanted more tunnels. So these were all kind of cast, and they're heavy but removable. That way I can clean or fix a derailed car or whatever. So it plops into place. Moving on. Not like in the trees, they'll get changed eventually. Just kind of playing around. These are some, you know, kind of really nice ones. Versus these are just all plastic ones from offshore. Cheap. Not liking those. The ballast and gravel sides and the boulders all came from a local creek here in town, and I spent hours washing, sifting, and that's the kind of result. So the whole layout is pretty much done in this color scheme. These are some other local rocks. This is what we call Kingston clay or Kingston rocks. This is a real pretty color. Of course, I'm red and green colorblind, so I think it's reddish brown, huh? And a pretty famous modeler up in Seattle gave me a trick of kind of kit bashing bridges. That way you can clean, fix a derailed car, and then they go right back into place. So I've done that quite a few locations. So again, hydrocal rocks. More wooden kits. There's just something about the wooden kits that are just fun to build, high quality. I don't know where I'm going to put them yet, but they are fun to do. It's kind of a little gravel road, it meanders. And that goes up and goes through a tunnel, the other side of the layout. Unfinished tunnel. But what I did finish just the other day was a new car bridge. And I was at a train show, and I don't know where I paid $2-3 for this kind of beat up flight car. So I painted it up, got some decals, put wood decking on it yesterday, stained it up. There you go. And my trestle. Still in the works. I don't know, over 1,000 pieces. It's all made from evergreen styrene. So I've got a ways to go on that. Along with my passenger terminal, that has a ways to go, but just kind of mocked up for fun. And some Japanese buildings I picked up when I was over there, some kits, whatever, you know, old iPhone, steel blocks that I used to use for machining. And I got into, you know, mock-ups with, you know, just blue foam and cut and milled and painted. Another thing I've done for some of these tunnels is made some lift-out panels so you can get in there and clean track and get to cars. So there's that one, and that's another one there. And this whole wall comes out, and that's because I knew I had to get into the wiring back in there. So that's why I did that. This is another one of the covered bridge kits I bought. Handmade trees, handmade little trestles, glued in place rocks for the creek, more handmade trees. Here again is a Kato double track, and that got hacked up. So basically you just grind out the little tabs on the bottom from underneath, cut those out, and it goes back together. Kind of a really nice detail. So here again, Caboose Industries switch. I haven't made the buildings yet, but got little numbers on them. And let's see here. It's kind of a fun little scene worked on, not quite finished, but you know, little passenger terminal and walkway, little place to park. These are all the mountains where I live here, so took a bunch of pictures and printed them out. More for reference. These won't live here, but they're there for now. Made a little boxcar storage building. Again, lifts off for cleaning. Goes back into place. And so now we're coming over to the canyon area. This is, of course, the dry creek to nowhere. So it's a little odd, but it is what it is because I really needed a bunch of bridges, slow bridges. And I do have a couple more I've got to finish up here. Unfortunately, microengineering's been out of track for I don't know how long, so I've been waiting like everybody else. And see what happens there, huh? So now we get into what I call Tabata Creek, Tabata Canyon. My wife's last name is Tabata, so that's what that is. Got a microengineering bridge here. That actually lifts out. Okay, got some spring-loaded contacts on the bottom. Okay, and those touch onto a little circuit board. And so that, again, can lift out for cleaning. And kind of difficult to get in, but I don't do it very often, so it's okay. And actually all these rocks lift out. I'm not going to lift them out, but you can see these come out. This one comes out, this one comes out, this one comes out. And that way I can get in to clean and get on cars if they come undone, right? More little kits, kind of a neat little housing zone or maybe a yard office for employees or something. This is another wooden trestle I built from scratch. Just come around here. These are more local rocks. Love the color. Is that red? All glued into place, a few at a time. And then again, working on a Y, so I have one more styrene trestle to build. I don't know why I'm not doing it, but we'll get there. Might be a good winter project. It's another little trestle I built. Just a few more buildings. Anyway, that's, I guess, enough for now. I'll just scroll back here around. I mean, wow, 14, 15 minutes long. So sorry about that, but we'll cover some more in the next video. Bye.